for Sark from the Watford FC, the Netherlands Dutch Hornets. I want to congratulate the Watford Way with the 1,000 followers on the Instagram account. Make sure you follow them and you will be up to date about Watford FC. So yeah, let's move on to our first half against Bournemouth, where at the Bournemouth side there was a Dutch player, Groeneveld. Love to see a Dutch player in a game at Vicarage Road. It's always love to see a Dutch player in the Championship or Premier League or anywhere else. So love to see that. Let's move on to the first half. So let's say I think we start well. It was let's move on to the goal. What a pause from side was on Pestria, if I'm not mistaken. Don't blame me, sorry. In 12th minute, I think after that goal, we got a few chances, but I think Bournemouth got the game on their side. They were better in position. Our defending was very well in that first half. Even the second half, our defending was well. Ben doing again great work at that first half and the second half at all the game. I think we not need to forget Bournemouth is with us, and I think Norwich, one of the highest rating teams in the Championship. They have good squad, and I think after the first half we still 1-0 up. Then in the second half it was a big chance for Sa. It was a great save by Bergovic from the Bournemouth side. I think he's doing well today. Yeah, and then if you see the stats, I have them now at my phone. I'll see the stats. I think it was a game. It was shots on goal, shots on target. It was 5 out of 5, 5 versus 5 in this game. So I think Bournemouth, they deserve this draw. I think we must be lucky if we take this as a winner. After that second half, Bournemouth was pressing for that 1-1. Ben doing well, and then extra time coming on, 7 minutes. Yeah, what to say about that? And then in 19 plus 4, it was on that side Mepham who scores. It was a good volley out of that second line into the in the 16-yard box. It was a good volley, and then it just touched it 1 meter before before the line. Ben was away, and nobody can stop it. So I think the positioning of, it was a Chalobah. Yeah, it was. I think it was Chalobah who not moving forward when the volley comes. I think that's good, because Forster was out of position, and as defender you will stay on the line and not making any offside walk to the forward. So I think we must be happy with this point after all. So let's move on to the league tables. As it stands now, it's live. Reading 1-0, Swansea 1-0. So they are first and second. Reading doing absolutely well at the start, 19 points. Swansea have 14 now, the same as we have, with a better goal scoring opinion. So yeah, I think we done well after this first 7 games, 14 points, doing well. Next game it's against Wycombe away, so it will be very difficult for us. But let's move on to that one, and come on, you horns. See you later. Thanks.
Full time, and it's finished. Watford 1, AFC Bournemouth 1. Oh, such a gutting blow to concede in the 95th minute with a goal from Chris Mepham. But let's talk about all the things that happened before that. Genuinely, I'm very happy with the lads. We put our bodies on the line towards the end there, just couldn't quite hold on. But in terms of the first half, obviously there was that injury for Jefferson Lerma, which did mean Dominic Solanke came on. bit of a scary one for Watford to defend against, and he had that chance with the header, but deflected off the shoulder, and Foster was able to grab it. And then obviously, I think Bournemouth, the way the game kicked off, they started on the front foot. Then we really grew into it, started having a few more chances, and we got our goal, which was beautifully constructed, it's got to be said. The ball, diagonal ball from Craig Cathcart was just excellent. Then the touch from Ismail Assar, lovely. And I think, to be honest, there's a few contenders for man of the match today. There's three in my opinion, and first of all is Ismail Assar. Second of all is going to be Nathaniel Chalobah, and third of all is Jeremy Ngakia. And I also think that Troost-Ekong has a very good chance of that as well, because he was just solid all game. But genuinely, that ball was lovely, and then Sarr just got the touch and it opened it up for himself to drive past him, and it wasn't, you know, an easy ball in, but he just got it spot on, sent Steve Cook packing. There was no chance he was going to stretch and get that, and a pinpoint delivery. And on his first league start, Stipe Perica, the Croatian, was sliding in, and it was a very similar chance to the one that Joao Pedro missed against Blackburn. But yeah, got that goal in the 12th minute, and you love to see it, really. But yeah, as I said, Bournemouth, you know, had that good start. Then we got our goal, but then after that, you'd say the Cherries got more control again, and we went back into our shell a bit, which was risky. We really just looked like we needed to kill off the game in that second half, and going forward, we just didn't have the same impetus. But I think Kelly should have been sent off. It was the 3rd minute, and it was such a reckless challenge, and genuinely Sarr could have been coming off of the back of that a lot worse. You thought at times that James Garner was a bit sloppy, should have been a bit more careful, quite clumsy at times, but obviously got taken off at half time, which was a good decision. He's still a good player for us, but we didn't want to risk it, and it was the sort of game where you could see a red card happening. It was a surprise that it didn't. But yeah, it was a slightly sloppy game from him. And then obviously there was that chance for Dominic Solanke straight at Ben Foster, and a very, very feisty game. But what a decision by Ivic to play Perica. Pedro obviously came on. It was one of those things, it's controversial to drop Pedro, but you kind of understand it because he was tired, he was, you know, carrying the team a little bit, and he just needed that rest. But came on for the last 10 minutes, had a few chances, did Pedro, and wasn't quite on his, you know, 100% game. But I'm sure he'll be back in the next game. But yeah, I think Sarr definitely another contender for man of the match. His first touch was sublime, and you really did fancy him up against the pace of Kelly. And also there was that challenge by Philip Billing on one of the Watford players, and you think, how is that not a red card? But fair play to Ben Foster. I thought he had a very solid game. Very good save in that second half to deny the very strong shot from Dominic Solanke. And then obviously towards the end, my heart was in my mouth because Bournemouth were peppering us with shots and they just would not give up, and they were banging on the door. But there was a header from King which was well saved and pushed over by Foster, but should have done better for the goal. I mean, it's one of those things, it's a bit of a mishit from the player who should have been off, in my opinion, that is Kelly, and then he just can't get the punch right, and it falls to, in the box, the defender Chris Mepham. So it's a really unfortunate way to end the game, but defensively so solid. Very good moment for Perica, but it's gutting to see him go off with what looks like a bad injury for his shoulder. You know, he's had his arm in straps now, so I hope he recovers and that's not too long. But Ismail Assar worked so hard today, another good performance, and got the assist, of course. But a brilliant performance from Chalobah. What an interception in the first half. But you Horns, we go again against Wickham. Let's try and get the win there. But we are up to second in the league.